Hello, this is Monica from Unique Designs by Monica, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make your own truck that you can use for Christmas, Valentine's Day, Easter, and Thanksgiving, or possibly Halloween on the Cricut design space, not the silhouette. I know I've been doing a series on how to work with your silhouette, creating your own SVGs. Now I'm going to just shift gears for a little bit and I'm going to be working on Cricut design space. Now for Cricut design space, it actually creates layers every single time that you have any kind of image. And if you weld it and add anything to it, it will either convert it to one layer or it's going to create it to several layers. So let's get started. So this is what we're going to be making. So I'm going to take everything that I have here and delete it. As you can see, all of my layers are gone on the right hand side. And all I'm going to be primarily using is basic shapes that the Cricut already provides. You aren't able to create or manipulate any shapes on design space if basic. If you have upgraded, you're able to do that. But honestly, with the design space, it's perfectly fine for me to use just the basic to create what I need. So what I'm going to go is I'm going to go over here to the shapes, and I'm going to click on circle. Now when I have this circle, it's always going to be 3.11. Now you can't do anything to this circle unless you take it off of the lock. Now once you actually have it off the lock, you can manipulate it as an oval, sideways, on anything that you need. So we're going to need a box, we're going to need a circle, and I think that's about it for right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off. Now I'm going to be able to manipulate this, and I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to put that on top, and this is going to be the base of my truck. And you can make this as big or as small as you want. Oh, I didn't take it off a lock. See, if you don't take it off a lock, all you do is do this. But once you do this, you're able to make the shapes you want. Now I'm going to bring the secondary square and I'm going to just place it on top. I'm going to duplicate my circles at least twice. And then I'm going to place this in the areas that I want. Now I'm using the grid lines to place everything so they can snap in place on where I want them. So this is where I want everything. Now I'm going to highlight everything. Once it does it, it creates a box just like this. I'm going to click into the image or left click with my mouse, and then I'm going to weld. Now I'm going to duplicate these again, and I'm going to change the color of this so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to make it red. I'm going to set this back, and anything I can layer on it, as it'll be red on top. So this is the basis of my wheels. And then I'm going to take these and I'm going to change the color up here, and I'm going to make it white. And I'm also going to make them smaller so they can fit right into my wheels. Now if you want them to be centered, all you have to do is highlight both of them, go to the align, and then center. And then center. Alright, we're not done yet. We need to make ourselves a little window here. Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. Go into the shape, get another box, and then I'm going to again take off the lock, place it where I want it, and then shrink it to the size that I want. Now this is where things get interesting. If I want to cut into here, I mean, you can just leave it right on top as a layered, if you wanted. Say if you want to have a silver vinyl that you want to make the window out of, you can just leave that center part alone. But say you wanted to cut it into it because you want to see the shirt underneath. what you do is you select the top, select your main image, and then you slice. What this just did is, let me just delete that and delete that. That has officially cut through my image. So let me send all this back. Now it's looking a little bit more like a truck, or at least a car. And now let's add a little bit more detail. I'm going to make another circle, take it off, and make it nice and small. And then make it yellow. Put it right in the front. Now it has a little headlight. I'm going to make another box, take it off. Now I'm gonna make this into my bumper. So I'm gonna do this twice. One for my back and one for my front. Now you don't have to make the bumpers these big. You can make them smaller. In fact, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna make these smaller, like that. Now you can weld the bumpers and then create a duplicate to place it right on top, but I don't think it's necessary for this. Now, for most trucks, there's a little brown, almost side panels, so things can stay in. So what I'm going to do is going to grab another square, take it off the lock, and then just make long rectangles. And I'm going to do that again, duplicate it. Now, once you duplicate, it goes back to lock. So you need to make sure you unlock it, otherwise it won't help. And duplicate. So right there and right there. Let's make sure we have this under the right color. So when we cut it, we know what color it is. Because if you can see, it's creating colors for specific areas. So you know, oh, this is brown, and oh, this is black. All right, let's move this in just a little bit. There we go. We have the bases of our truck. Just that simple, using basic shapes. All right, let's make a Christmas tree. Say if you wanted this truck for Christmas. You want it on a card. You're going to be sending this to your grandson or your grandchild. Now, I'm not going to take it off the lock because I want it to stay the same shape. So I'm going to make the top small. I'm going to duplicate it. And as I go along, I'm just going to make it slightly bigger. Now, if you don't know if you're in the center, again, highlight everything. Go over to your align and center. There we go. Now that I have what I want, I'm going to weld. So make this a different color. Highlight onto the image, and let's go with this nice little green here. It also needs a stump. So it's going to create this nice box for me. I'm going to take it off the lock, and I'm going to make it about that big and change the color. All right, and I'm going to send it back. So now I can actually group these together and it's not going to go anywhere. I'm also going to send it back. Tilt it just a little. Tilt it just a little more. And I think I want my tree to be really big. Oop. I moved it unnecessarily. There we go. So that's my first holiday. I have Christmas done. I have my little Christmas tree. So I'm going to set that to the side. Let's do Valentines. Well, Silhouette already has created a heart for you, so you don't even have to make one. All you have to do is to click on it. It creates you a heart. Let's change the color to pink. Make this a little bigger, just a tiny bit bigger, and let's move it to the side. Now, once you move something, its original placing is going to move with it. So here again, here's my my pivot tool. This is my scale tool, and this is my lock. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it right there. Let me just highlight everything and move it down just a little bit. And I click on my heart and then move it back. And since that's going right through the window, I'm going to move it just a little bit more in, and there you go. Now you have yourself a Valentine's truck. I'm going to take that off and see what other holiday is there. Oh, fall and Halloween. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a circle. I'm going to move over here where there's more room. Unlock it and then drag it down. Almost looks like an egg. And then duplicate it. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to follow these lines right here as my guide. Right there. Duplicate this again. I'm going to highlight both of these and I'm going to weld them. Well, there you are. And now I'm going to move this to the back, and I'm going to have this to the front. Highlight everything and turn it orange. There we go. You can put a little stem up here if you want. You can just grab another box, and we're just repeating the same process. We're just taking it off a lock, doing it to size. Let's change this to green or brown, whichever you want. And then let's move this back. There you go. We got our pumpkin. Highlight everything and let's group it. Oh, yeah, group. Let's see. This is a pretty fairly big pumpkin, so let's move everything back. Oh, that's really too big. There we go. Now we can fit it right in the back of our truck. So now we have fall and Halloween. I did it again. I clicked right on the main. All I'm doing is clicking undo and it'll do it for me. All right. Let's see. Easter. Let's do some Easter. And it's the same way that you do the pumpkin. You bring the circle on over, take it off of the unlock, and just stretch it just ever so slightly to get it almost like an egg. Let's duplicate this. All right. My background will be white. And my front, let's see, what color would be Easter? Let's do a little purple. Now, I'm going to do a little editing in the middle of this egg. So let's do a little star. And it doesn't matter what color the star is because it's not going to stay there. I'm just going to shrink it to size. Let's place this right in the middle. Highlight everything and let's slice. So we're going to move this on over and delete the star. Now if you're worried that this is not centered correctly, you can always align it. There we go. And let's group. So let's tilt this just a little bit. Head it over to the truck and let's move it back. There you go. You got yourself a nice little Easter star. You can probably also make a ball. So if this is going to be for like a little boy card, you could also do the same thing. Get the circle. Oh, I did too. Well, you know what? This will serve its purpose. So let's change the ball. Let's see, yellow. And let's put the inside of it. Just go a little further out. There we go. Make this, let's center this also. Let's do the center red. Okay, and let's, last one but not least, let's do a star. And let's paint the star blue. Okay, and if you want to make sure all of it is in the middle, again, you go to the align and center. Now that we have everything that we want, we're going to group it, make it slightly larger, bend it ever so slightly, and let's move it to the back. There, you got yourself a toy truck holding a ball. That simple. Thank you so much for stopping on by. If you like this series, give it a like button. If you want to see more about this series, click that subscribe button. I put out a new video every Saturday and is it Friday? No, every Saturday and every Wednesday. Thank you so much for stopping up by. You guys have a great day. Bye.